My name is Brandon Chaba and welcome to Street Biashara. You know, when you see my face, is that time of the week where we get to go through the streets of Nairobi and ask Kenyans questions on business. I know you're as eager as I am to find out what kind of questions Kenyans have for us today. If you want to find out, come along. Let's go and see. What does NSE stand for?
What?
NSE.
NSE.
Yes.
N.
NSE. Have you heard of it?
I've had a small business, whatever. NSE or MSE.
NSE.
What is it?
NS what? NSE. Nairobi Stock Exchange, I think.
Denied.
NSE. Do you know what that stands for?
NSE.
Yeah.
That is national security. That is security. Yeah, I know.
What comes to my mind is a small entrepreneurs.
What do you think does this stand? What do you think those three letters stand for?
NSE, you know, that's an abbreviation. How can I know an abbreviation? I've never read a certain book. Huh? You
Just
should
try.
give me a clue.
Just guess.
NSE. What I know is a small entrepreneur.
If I give you a clue, would you try and finish it? Nairobi. Then what does S and E stand for?
Nairobi, small entrepreneurs.
Have you guys heard of NSE?
No.
NSE. Never heard anywhere.
No.
Hata kwa news.
No.
Mnafikiria what does this stand for?
I don't have a clue.
NSE. NSE ni bank.
Sinakuuliza, umeisikia? Unajua inasema NSE. Unajua inamaanisha nini? Na stand for what?
Hiyo sielewi.
NSE. Hizo letters.
Mimi najua hii NIC bank.
Sasa nataka kuuliza NSE na stand for what? Nafikiri inasimamia nini? Hizo letters tatu.
Hizo sijui.
Nikikuanzia utanimalizisha. Okay, sawa. Nairobi. S na E ni nini?
Nairobi Metro. Hizo.
Kuna M hapo.
Hadi umeniambia N?
NSE.
NSE. Hiyo nimeshindwa hiyo.
Jaribu tu.
NSE.
NSE, that is national security. This one where they sell shares, is it? Yeah.
NSE. Huiona kwa TV, usoma kwa magazeti, but sikumbuki.
Jaribu. Nikuanzishie unimalizie. Nairobi.
Hii akina nani? Ruby. Nairobi Stock Exchange.
Maybe I give you a head start. I mean, we're in Nairobi. Maybe the N stands for Nairobi. What do you think the S and E stands for?
Services. I don't know.
So no, keep going. Nairobi services.
Economics.
NSE, National East, and National Income, NSE, National, imenishinda.
What do you think NSE stands for?
NSE.
Umaisikia?
Nimesikia. Lakini I only know about the abbreviation, but your full meaning kuna venye.
Si jaribu tu tuone.
Okay, naweza jaribu nikasema vitu zingine zenye.
Hakuna shida.
National Security Exchange maybe.
Nairobi. Social.
Hiyo ni national.
National. Umesema N, S na E ni nini? National.
Ni security export ama ni nini?
National Security Export.
Ai, yes. Hakuna kitu kama national security export. Wajua sasa hapo nimejikanganya nikisema national security export. Hakuna kitu kama hiyo. NSE. Imagine naijua na nimesahau.
What do you think NSE stands for?
Oh, I don't know.
Have you not heard of it?
I've heard of it, but I don't know them.
Heard of it many times. Just try. Do you want to try?
Okay.
If I give you a head start, would you try and finish?
Okay, I will try.
Okay, Nairobi.
Standard group.
Nairobi Securities Exchange, something like that.
Judging from these reactions, it is clear that this subject is worth delving into. Meet our expert for today who will help us understand more about these terms.
NSE basically means Nairobi Securities Exchange, the government body that hosts all the companies that are listed. So when you always hear listed companies, they're all in the NSE. Basically, there are around 65 companies. CMA, that is the Capital Markets Authority, is the regulator. So what NSE just does is to host the companies. Basically, a company lists so they can be able to get cash to operate. So they will get cash by coming to NSE. NSE approves them, then they're able to issue shares to the public via an initial public offer. That's an IPO. So when they issue an IPO to the public, then the public buys share. Then the company is able to get cash. So the cash they're able to use for their own project, for whatever the purpose. So when you hear NSE 20 index, basically it is 20 companies that NSE choose based on their performance, based on their capital, based on their asset base. So they choose the 20 companies and then they do the average share price. So when you always hear NSE 20 index, basically that's what it means. NSE 25 index, still they choose companies based on a certain certain criteria. Then they choose 25 companies, then they look at that. NSE all share index is basically the share prices of all the 65 listed companies. Earlier, it used to be called Nairobi Stock Exchange, but then they expanded the market. They now accepting more securities, because now when you say stock, you only classify it basically only on on stock market. That is the shares. So now when you say securities, we're able now even to include bonds. That's corporate bonds, government bonds, and later on the NSE that wants to come into the derivatives market. So they had to change the name to incorporate everything. So that's why they changed from Nairobi Stock Exchange to Nairobi Securities Exchange.